Hello everybody, Epic Mewtwo here. We have some breaking news. Literally our brains are melting right now from all the
Mm,
different things running through our
hmm
mind. As you can hear in the back, we got the boy Kayvon and Toy Knight. Say hello, boys.
Oh, hello.
hey guys.
Kayvon is in full depression mode right now because of
I'm
this.
not even, I'm just concerned.
I know, I'm kidding.
Just
But
I'm just in a house of fire and I'm just like, this is fine.
Mm, So we're going to talk about this because this is obviously something that's very good as well as bad. There are negatives to this, as good as this may sound. Now you're probably wondering what the heck you're talking about if you haven't read the screen yet. Basically, from now until the day that the planet explodes, all multi summons on JP Dokkan, for now at least, of course this will come to global at some point, all multi summons on JP Dokkan are guaranteed SSR. Now, hold on. Before you start throwing a party, there's a couple things we have to say about this. Well, one, this is very exciting because obviously, there's no going to be no such thing as dead multis anymore. Praise the sun for that one. But here's the thing that's interesting about that. So, obviously, it's not a guaranteed featured banner SSR. That would just be ridiculous. But the interesting thing about this is that this is obviously the GSSR is going to be always in the 10th slot from here going out. So also keep in mind now, like GSSR banners are basically rendered useless now, so that's cool. But
hmm
the 10th slot now, the percentage for the SSRs is 95% unfeatured and 5% featured. So you know how usually it's 10% rates for a featured SSR, correct? I just want to make sure I got my information right. And then what is it for an unfeatured SSR? It's
No, how it works is there's a 10% chance for an SSR every summon you do. 5% of that is a featured SSR, 5% is an unfeatured SSR.
there you go. So
Yeah.
for this GSSR, it is 95% for an unfeatured, 5% for a featured. Now,
So I mean, in all technicality,
and by the
you
way, just
do
real
have
quick,
the same. Well,
this
not you
doesn't,
don't really.
I just
I
want to say
guess.
real quick, this doesn't affect the rest of the multi summon. So the rates are still normal on the rest of the multis. So it's still
Yeah,
10%
yeah.
normal how it's
hmm
always been rates for the rest of the multi summon. So you can still get those featured banner units there, or you can still get an unfeatured
Also,
SSR.
keep in mind, I don't think this applies to the current Beerus banner.
No, it does not. Any banners that are
Or the
not
yeah,
the Broly banner. So this was discovered on, I guess, obviously the
yeah.
game's data, but on the EZA Broly banner. So on the EZA Frieza banner and on the Beerus banner, those are not GSSR because those came out before this happened.
Yeah.
So going forward, so this also means that Vegeta's banner will be GSSR as well when that comes out.
Yep.
We're
So
still trying to.
considering Broly is technically a Dokkan Fest banner,
Right.
it counts.
That right.
So
So that here in the post, Zahal says, as you can see on the screen, that unsure if this applies to Dokkan Fests, but we can assume that it does because Broly's banner is technically a Dokkan Fest banner. All the EZA banners are. So that means that this is going to apply to Dokkan Fest banners as well. Um, and this is just absolutely insane to me. This, first of all, in my opinion, this makes me want to spend more on the game just because now I feel like I'm getting more worth for my stones. So that's a good thing in that regard. And I
yeah,
feel
of
like
course,
I,
especially and if you're free to play, like doing singles is really
yes,
not advised
Yeah.
right.
anymore.
So
At least on JP.
for free
Global
to
is
it'll get there
yeah.
eventually, but for free to play players, I feel that this is a godsend in terms of like getting SSRs because you'll always get an
Yeah.
SSR if you do a multi. Now, like you just said, single summons are literally like I hate to say this, but single summons are literally worthless now. Like if you do a single summon, you're pretty much just throwing stones out the window because if you do a
Yeah.
multi, you're at least guaranteed to get something.
Yeah. Dead multis are no are dead.
Right.
Dead multis
There
are
you
dead.
Yeah.
go. Hashtag dead multis are dead.
Dead multis are dead.
Yep.
Yes.
Hashtag dead multis are dead in the comment section below.
But So for you free-to-play players, this is definitely something that's really good. But so single summons are pretty much something that you don't even want to bother with anymore. I wouldn't even. I would like just like like take the the Photoshop erase tool and erase that boy right there. Um, Now, there is some, besides the cons that we already stated, there is another interesting thing to bring up about this. Besides the fact that this is going to make we're about to have like Dokkan Battle Civil War between the versions because this is coming out on JP obviously, and it's not here on
Dokkan
global yet.
Battle Infinity War.
Yup.
Yeah.
And so obviously, people on global are gonna be, not too happy that this is coming to JP right now.
Also, I will say this right now. I am a global main. I am happy for this. I am not happy for the shitstorm that's going to ensue.
Yep.
That's why I'm so nervous right now. I have a pit in my stomach.
Yeah, because
I
my
care
boy.
about this game, and I hate how everyone. I made a post on Reddit today. I flared it wrong, but it got deleted, and
You need to remake it.
I'm in pain.
But the point is that we don't want this to start any fights, especially on my channel. You guys are pretty good about it from what I've seen for the majority of you. You guys are pretty good about, not bickering about that type of stuff. I've seen a few comments here and there, but that's to be expected. So just, don't go starting any fights over anything like that. This will come to global eventually because obviously everything that comes to JP in one regard or another does come to global.
This is technically a quality of life update, so we should get it.
Right.
It isn't like the Heroes banner.
Right. Like, obviously, like that's a whole different story, but like quality of life updates, I'll obviously always come to global. And so hopefully, I honestly do hope that this would come sooner to global rather than later, because then it would almost be, it would be you guys would be you could have your JP shaft finally, because if you got it, like say you got it for the LR Vegito and Gogeta banner, oh my gosh, that would be insane. Now I do think for the sake of Bandai's bank account, they're probably not going to do this until this banner comes out. That is just my assumption, of course. That could be totally wrong.
Yeah, that's true.
By the way, just in case you're wondering what this other tab is, it's just the in-game notice. There's now an in-game notice about it. And when you click on banners on the game, you can actually see like there's a special rate for the last slot, which is pretty cool. By the way, Truth did a video doing a multi about it, so I'll link that in the description below as well if you want to go check that out, see how the whole mechanic works and everything, and with that, rate on the banner. Global doesn't even have the rates, which they're supposed to, but they're not there yet. So, hopefully that'll be implemented, and then who knows, maybe they'll wait till this happens.
If they do it, yeah, if they implement this on global, they have to implement the rates. Most likely.
Right, of course.
Yeah.
But the other concern that we wanted to air, I know this video seems like it's kind of long for just this little thing, but we want to just kind of make a discussion about this, because there's a lot that goes into this. Kayvon brought up a really fantastic point, that where does this leave the LR banners in terms of like, or not the LR banners, sorry, like the double rate banners in terms of the unfeatured LRs, because like, or any banners, I guess, would that have LRs on them, because obviously since it's a 95% rate to pull the unfeatured unit, obviously the LRs are unfeatured on most banners. So now, of course, Bandai must have some kind of plan, because they're well aware that LRs are moneymakers, and they're not going to do this without some kind of plan in that regard. Who knows? Maybe they'll knock down the rates of LRs. I don't know.
Or what I think is could be that JP from now on will have every LR featured, but there will be like even more units tagged on to like 30 plus units.
Ooh, that could
featured.
See, that would be terrible.
Yeah, I feel like there has to be some sort of drawback to this.
Yeah, there has to be in terms of that regard, because obviously you guys know just as well as we do that LRs are moneymakers for Bandai. So, I think that's everything we had to say about this, right?
Yep, I think so.
Toy, you got anything else to add?
No, you guys got everything.
I'm very conflicted, because I'm excited for this, but at the same time, I'm very excited like for the mechanic, but I'm not
Oh yeah,
excited
definitely.
for like I know it sounds like we're like super sad and depressed, but it's not because of the
Oh no,
mechanic. We're
this is amazing. Like
right. Oh yeah. This is like literally
dead
what
multis
people
being literally dead is great.
this is
I would
what
have liked
people
it if they kept it like a 50-50 chance of being featured or unfeatured, but we can't get everything, can we?
that would be a lot of money wasted on their part though. But
True, but
no, I
you
got
know,
you. I got you. But I will say though that I am very excited for this. Don't think that I'm not. Obviously, like we said, this renders dead multis useless. This is awesome for free to play players. This is awesome for pay to play players too, because then if they can't go like 5 dead multis and feel like they're not getting anything for their stones, this is gonna be a blessed blessing
and now
on
you
the
can't
tight
have
banners. By
people
the way.
complain anymore about getting dead show pulls, getting shafted.
Yep.
Everything is you are guaranteed an SSR per multi.
Yep. And
Be
like
it featured, unfeatured, be it the OG, AGL Goku, be it anything, you get an SSR no matter what.
oh yeah. And like I was saying, this is a godsend on the tight banners because those seem to get people bad luck all the time. So it'll be a lot easier, I think, to pull those the support units too. Now they're
And
not
even
as
on
useful
the
anymore, but
even on the tight banners, on last card, 95% chance to pull an unfeatured SSR. What about the LRs on that
yeah,
banner?
exactly.
Will
We'll
they
have
get
to see.
removed off the banners? Who knows?
We'll make an update, of course, on that when that comes out. But
Yeah.
we are very excited for this. This obviously isn't something to be sad about. But the reason why we're sounding very concerned is because we don't want this to cause an argument, especially in my community. I would
Yeah.
hate for that to happen. Because we try and keep this as positive as we can. We're all here to play and love Dokkan. So, you know, that's just what I want to ask you guys from me, from the bottom of my heart. Please don't make fights and arguments about this. Don't complain. Don't start rioting or anything. I'm sure the Reddit will already have plenty enough that we'll have to dig through trying to find the newest news
You're
anyway.
telling me.
Kayvon's always on the
Dokkan
Reddit.
Civil War.
I
Yep.
live on the Reddit at this
Yeah,
point.
so it's gonna be tough for him. But either way, we just wanted to break the news to you guys about this. We are very excited about this, so definitely get
Oh
hyped
yeah,
for it.
this is wild. Like
Yes,
honestly,
this is
I can't wait
fantastic.
till this gets implemented on global.
Like I literally
Like-
said it. Like I said it because Truth tweeted about it, and then Kayvon like didn't believe me for a hot second.
I honestly didn't like.
Oh.
It doesn't seem like the Akatsuki thing to do.
Yeah, right. I know.
EP, this is too much.
Is the stocks gonna crash again? No, I'm just kidding. That won't happen like that happened that one time. But that's a story for another time. Either way, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments. Again, please don't start Dokkan Infinity War over this. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'll bring you two out. Peace.
Later, guys.
Bye bye.